Hello and welcome to this video brought to you by Passing Score, where you can get more help on your finance exams at passingscorefinance.com. In this video, we'll be going over a bond discount problem. These are very common for the CFA, CPA, Series 7, and many other finance exams, and as we can see here, they can sometimes be a bit tricky. In this problem, we're asked to calculate the value of bonds issued by Super Company at a $100,000 par value, paying a 5% interest rate over the next 5 years when the market rate is 8% interest. We're provided some present value factors and ordinary annuity factors, and we're asked what amount is the value of net bonds payable at the end of year one. So even though they're telling us these are 5-year bonds, this is at the end of year one, so there's only 4 years left. So this looks pretty straightforward, except for one thing. The factors that they're giving you are 5-year factors. If we look at the ordinary annuity, we can see the 5 payment discounts are discounted to just over 4. So we know that can't be 5 interest or 4 payments because it would be something less than 4. And if we look at the 0.78353 present value at 5%, that is 1.05 to the fifth power. And if we put that into our calculators and hit the 1 divided by x button, we get 78353. So we know that these are 5-year factors, even though they're asking us what the value of the bond is when there's 4 payment periods left. So they are being a little bit tricky here. They're not giving you exactly what you need, but you have everything you need to work it out. First, let's start with the principal. Let's use the 5-year factor that they gave us times $100,000, and now we have the value of the principal at time t equals 0, which is $68,058. But we need it at t equals 1. So we're going to have to remove one of the factors by multiplying that times 1.08, which gives us $73,503. Now, how do we know that we should use the 8% factors that they've provided us? Well, we know because they've told us that this is the market rate. So anything that's being discounted back to a present market value has to be discounted and future valued at the 8% market rate. Now, there's a different way to do this. Instead of taking a 5-period factor and subtracting one, we can just calculate our own factor. We can take 100,000 divided by 1.08 to the fourth power instead of the fifth power that they've given us. Take $100,000 divided by that factor, and we'll get $73,503. We'll get the exact same answer. So we know we're on the right track. So that takes care of our principal payments. Let's take care of our interest payments now. We have a $100,000 par value times a 5% stated or notional interest rate of the bond gives us a $5,000 payment over the entire life of the bond for 5 periods. So let's apply the 5-year annuity, which they've given us, and we get $19,964. The problem is we only need 4 periods. So we're going to remove that very first interest payment by taking $5,000 and multiplying times the present value of that at 8% for 5 periods. And so we're going to subtract that first payment of $3,403 present value from our total. And again, you can see here we're using our 8% annuity and present value factors to get our answer. So if we combine all of those pieces, we have the principal that we calculated for at t equals 1. We have interest payments for the entire bond life of 5 years, but we're going to remove the first one since we're being asked after that first payment, what is the remaining value? So we get a total of $90,064, which is the present value of the bond at t equals 1 after the first interest payment's made, and the answer to our question. So just a few points when you're solving these types of bond problems. take a look at what exactly are they asking for. Don't get confused by them asking and giving you different information, like it's a 5-year bond, giving you 5-year factors, but then asking you the answer at the end of year one when there's only 4 periods left. Look at what they're providing you. Make sure you don't assume that these are 4-year factors. Look at it and calculate. You can do that on your own, 1.08 to the fourth, the fifth, whatever it is for your particular problem, and make sure that you're calculating the stated interest and getting the correct payment, which is the 5% times $100,000 par value to get a $5,000 interest payment, not by the market value, which is what you'll be discounting by. And what can you add to the calculation? If they're giving you a 5 period factor, you can add or subtract one of the factors as you needed by multiplying times the discount rate. Well, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at john@passingscorefinance.com. And thanks for watching this video.